how many of y'all are excited about the first ever mini ball here? All right, so how many of you know that this was a campaign victory for Piers? All right, for those of you who don't know about the campaign, I'm going to send it over to my co-announcer Chris, who's going to give you a little more information.
As many of you know, the Christopher Pier has been a place for 30 years now where the LGBT youth gathered because it's a safe place and they don't have to fear violence. Many youth testify saying that it saved their lives. The only place, the West Village is the only place in NYC that the LGBT youth can come without fear of violence, but unfortunately 40% of the homeless population in NYC is lesbian, gay, transgender, and questioning. What happened in 2001? The youth was fenced out from the Christopher Street Pier because the HRPT wanted to redevelop the pier, but they didn't try to include the LGBT youth in their plans. So what did Piers do? Piers came up with the Save Space, Saves Life proposal in 2003, just to make sure that we have a voice in the community what happens to our pier. The LGBT youth were not forgotten in the redevelopment because of Piers, because Piers helped fight for it. Because LGBT youth have called it, because they call it home, we want to make sure that we have a voice in what happens to where we are from. Wherever our safe space is, we're going to keep that and want to make sure that we, that we have a voice in the legislation and whatever happens.
All right, so that was a little information about the Safe Space Saves Lives campaign that happened way back in 2003. And since then, we've won a lot of victories, including we've had the elimination of the $25,000 fee for the mobile medical vehicles that you've seen up there parked by the church. We had the curfew pushed back from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. We had secured the first ever programming that was free for LGBTQ youth here on the pier, which is what made this event tonight possible. Oh, y'all gotta get more excited about that.
Get more excited, y'all. It's a mini ball. Woo!
That's more like it. Thank you, people. We also had alternative bathrooms. Those porta potties over there were used for when the bathrooms close at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, they close at 8 p.m. And we've also hold the park enforcement and police more accountable for the harassment and discrimination against LGBTQ youth who hang out in the West Village.
So part of the Safe Space Saves Lives campaign is to make sure that programming on the pier represents us. So Piers fought for programming on the pier, and on June 25, Piers had Paris Burning screening on this very pier right here. Piers was able to screen Paris Burning, and that was the first LGBT-specific movie programming on the pier. That's a huge victory. Well, today we're at the mini ball, and this was the first ball ever on Pier 46. How many of y'all like that?
All right.